Hello, all dear students. I am Mrs. Kiran Yogesh Bukre, working as assistant professor in Department of Chemistry at Sinhagad College of Pharmacy, Vadgaon, Pune. Hereby, in this today's presentation, we are going to learn about the topic synthesis and metabolism of phenylalanine, tyrosine, and metabolic disorders related to them. So, the learning objectives related to this presentation are phenylalanine and tyrosine introduction, then the metabolism, then conversion of phenylalanine to tyrosine, then degradation of phenylalanine to tyrosine, and lastly the metabolic disorders related to both of them. Then aromatic amino acids. Phenylalanine, tyrosine and tryptophan are the aromatic amino acids. Metabolism of this amino acid deserves a special mention as number of biologically important compounds are produced from them. So deficiency of enzymes in the metabolic pathways of these amino acids results in the number of inborn errors of clinical importance. So phenylalanine and tryptophan are nutritionally essential amino acids, but tyrosine is not, as it can be synthesized from phenylalanine. All are both glucogenic as well as ketogenic. So what is the meaning of glucogenic? Glucogenic are the amino acids which are converted into the glucose by the process of glycolysis, and ketogenic are the amino acids which are converted into the ketone bodies. Then we'll see one by one. This is about the phenylalanine, the structure of phenylalanine, aromatic and essential amino acid, both glucogenic and ketogenic. Phenylalanine is converted into the tyrosine, referred to as a sparing action of tyrosine on the phenylalanine. So here, what is the sparing action of tyrosine? Besides the incorporation of phenylalanine into the proteins, the only function of phenylalanine is its conversion to the tyrosine. So for this reason, ingestion of tyrosine can reduce the dietary requirement of phenylalanine, and this phenomenon is referred to as a sparing action of tyrosine on the phenylalanine. Then the overview of phenylalanine and tyrosine metabolism. Here, the predominant metabolism of phenylalanine occurs through the tyrosine. Tyrosine is incorporated into proteins and is involved in the synthesis of variety of biologically important compounds. Like here we can see thyroid hormones, norepinephrine, epinephrine, dopamine and melanin pigments, etc. During the course of degradation, phenylalanine and tyrosine are converted to metabolites which can serve as a precursor. Here we can see which can serve as a precursor for the synthesis of glucose and fat also. So this is about the overview of their metabolism. Then conversion of phenylalanine to tyrosine. Conversion of phenylalanine to tyrosine, this is a one-step reaction where under normal circumstances the degradation of phenylalanine mostly occurs through the tyrosine. So here in the first step we can see phenylalanine is converted into the tyrosine by the hydroxylation of phenylalanine at the para position, and then there is a formation of a compound tyrosine, or you can say para-hydroxyphenylalanine. This is an irreversible reaction and requires the participation of a specific enzyme, biopterin, containing a pyridine ring which is structurally related to the folate. The active form of biopterin is tetrahydrobiopterin or H4-biopterin. Here we can see in the phenylalanine hydroxylase reaction, tetrahydrobiopterin is oxidized to dihydrobiopterin, or you can say H2-biopterin. Tetrahydrobiopterin is oxidized to dihydrobiopterin or H2-biopterin. Tetrahydrobiopterin is then regenerated by an NADPH dependent dihydropterin reductase. The enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase is present in the liver. In the conversion of phenylalanine to tyrosine, the reaction involves the incorporation of 1 mole of one atom of molecular oxygen into the para position of phenylalanine, while the other atom of O2 is reduced to form the water. It is the tetrahydrobiopterin that supplies the reducing equivalents, which in turn are provided by the NADPH. Here, then, due to the defect in phenylalanine hydroxylase, the conversion of phenylalanine to tyrosine is blocked, resulting in the disorders like PKU or phenylketonuria. We'll see about that later on. So this is about the conversion of phenylalanine to the tyrosine. Then degradation of phenylalanine to tyrosine. The degradation or metabolism of phenylalanine and tyrosine is considered together. Here this is the first step. We had recently seen the phenylalanine, how it's converted into the tyrosine, which is a single step reaction. Then in the second step, tyrosine is converted into the para-hydroxyphenylpyruvate in the presence of enzyme tyrosine transaminase by the reaction followed transamination. So after this para-hydroxyphenylpyruvate is converted into the compound homogentisate by the reaction catalyzed enzyme para-hydroxyphenylpyruvate dioxygenase. So in this step, the reaction involves a shift of hydrogen group from para position to the meta position and incorporates a new hydroxyl group at para position. This step in tyrosine metabolism requires the compound ascorbic acid. So this also involves the enzyme para-hydroxypyruvate deoxygenases, which is a copper containing enzyme, and it catalyzes oxidative decarboxylation in this step also. Then this homogentisate compound is converted into a compound 4-mallyl acetoacetate by the enzyme homogentisate oxidase, and this reaction involves incorporation of molecular oxygen, where in this homogentisate the breaking or the cleavage of your benzene ring takes place to form the compound 4-mallyl acetoacetate. Then here the compound 4-mallyl acetoacetate is rewritten, and then this 4-mallyl acetoacetate gets converted into the compound 4-fumaryl acetoacetate by the isomerization reaction takes place in presence of glutathione, and the enzyme catalyzes this reaction is mallyl acetoacetate isomerase. So this is an isomerization reaction. Then this 4-fumaryl acetoacetate cleaved in this region of the structure by the enzyme fumaryl acetoacetate hydrolase to form the compound fumarate and the acetoacetate. So the fumarate, which is in turn used to produce the glucose, and acetoacetate, which in turn used to produce acetyl CoA and then lipids. So this is nothing but the degradation of phenylalanine to the tyrosine. So in this figure we can see on the left side all are the enzymes. So the defect in these enzymes going to cause the disorders which are written here on the right side. You can see, for example, phenylalanine hydroxylase defect will going to cause the disorder phenylketonuria. Then defect in an enzyme tyrosine transaminase going to cause the disorder tyrosinemia type 2. Then para-hydroxyphenylpyruvate dioxygenase defect going to cause the neonatal transomnia. Then homogentisate oxidase going to cause the disease like alkaptonuria. Then fumaryl acetoacetate hydrolase enzyme defect will going to cause the disorder like tyrosinemia type 1. So we'll see one by one in detail the metabolic disorders of phenylalanine and tyrosine. First is the phenylketonuria, then alkaptonuria, tyrosinemia and albinism. First, phenylketonuria. Phenylketonuria is the most common metabolic disorder or inborn error in an amino acid metabolism, and this is a genetic as an autosomal recessive defect occurs. Incidence 1 in 10,000 newborn it is occurs. So defect here, the enzyme defect is due to the phenylalanine hydroxylase. Variant in PKU due to the defect in dihydrobiopterin reductase, which is relatively less, and the net outcome is phenylalanine is not converted into the tyrosine. So that leads to the phenylalanine and its derivative levels increased in the blood. So this is how the blockage of conversion of phenylalanine to the tyrosine takes place as there occurs defect in the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. So here the altered metabolism you can see where your phenylalanine is not converted into the tyrosine, as there occurs increased concentration of phenylalanine, which in turn going to increase the concentration of some compounds like phenylpyruvate, phenylactate, phenyl acetate, etc. So the disease acquired its name PKU from the high levels of the keto acids phenylpyruvate in the urine. Phenylpyruvate further converted to metabolites like phenylacetate, phenylactate, and phenylacetylglutamate. All these compounds are excreted in the urine. Presence of phenylacetate in the urine gives it a moussy odor. Then clinical features of PKU like mental retardation, failure to walk, failure of growth, seizures, very low IQ, and hypopigmentation. Then treatment of PKU, the maintenance of plasma phenylalanine concentration within the normal range is challenging task in the treatment of this PKU. This is done by selecting foods with the low phenylalanine content. Dietary intake of phenylalanine should be adjusted by measuring plasma levels. So early diagnosis and treatment for 4 to 5 years can prevent the damage to brain. However, the restriction to protein diet should be continued for many more years in the life. Then tyrosinemia type 2. In this disease, also known as a Richter-Hanhart syndrome, and this is also an autosomal recessive defect, and this incidence occurs like 1 in 25,000 individuals. Then enzyme defect, tyrosine transaminase, then the net outcome, blockage in the routine degradative pathway of tyrosine and accumulation and excretion of tyrosine and its metabolite. So here it is there we can see tyrosine is not converted into the para-hydroxyphenylpyruvate, as due to the enzyme defect in tyrosine transaminase there occurs an increased concentration of tyrosine inside the body, which will going to lead the increased concentration of all these above compounds inside the body fluids and blood. So here are some clinical features of the tyrosinemia type 2, where we can see some skin lesions like this, then eye lesions, and here rarely occurs a mental retardation. Then alkaptonuria. This is also known as a black urine disease. This is also an autosomal recessive defect which incidence occurs 1 in 25,000. Enzyme defect is homogentisate oxidase. The net outcome is homogentinase accumulates in tissues and blood, and it is excreted in the urine. So here the mechanism is that blocked homogentisate not converted into the 4-mallyl acetoacetate, whose oxidation inside that increased level of homogentisate takes place in the body, whose oxidation takes place into the benzquinine acetate compounds, which are polymerized to form the compound alkapton, which going to deposit in connective tissues, bones, and various organs to cause the orthogenesis. So this is all the clinical features of the alkaptonuria. Diagnosis: change in color of the urine on standing to brown or dark has been the simple traditional method to identify the alkaptonuria. The urine gives a positive taste with the ferric chloride and silver nitrate. Then tyrosinemia or tyrosinemia type 1. Here the disease is also known as tyrosinosis. This is also an autosomal recessive but serious disorders, occurs 1 in 1 lakh. So enzyme defect is a fumarate acetoacetate hydroxylase. The net outcome, it causes liver failure, rickets, renal tubular dysfunction, and polyneuropathy. Tyrosine, its metabolites, and many other amino acids are excreted in urine. In this type of diseases, the infants exhibit diarrhea, vomiting, and cabbage-like odor. Death may be even occur due to liver failure within 1 year. For the treatment, diet low in tyrosine, phenylalanine, and methionine are recommended. Then lastly, the albinism. This is a disorder which is also known as tyrosinosis, and autosomal recessive disorders, occurs 1 in 20,000, and the net outcome, lack of synthesis of the pigment melanin. Lack of melanin in albinos makes them sensitive to the sunlight, so increased susceptibility to the skin cancer, which causes the carcinoma. Photophobia is associated with the lack of pigment in the eyes, and however there is no impairment in the eyesight of the albinos. The entire body including hair is characteristically white. Thank you for listening all the presentation with patiently. Thank you so much all. So this is about nothing but our all the topic related to phenylalanine tyrosine related metabolism, degradation and the metabolic disorders occur because of phenylalanine.